Today is Batman Day. I'll be damned.
What do you mean?
Today's Batman Day.
The day he died? The day the Batman died.
Jesus, no. The day he died.
The day he died.
Oh, Lord.
We celebrate Batman Day in remembrance of Batman and all the great things he did for our country.
I mean, I celebrate Batman Day every day.
I know you do. It looks like you're celebrating Power Ranger Day today.
That's right, buddy.
I got my red socks on.
So I want to ask you something. Like, when did, and this has nothing to do with anything that we discuss normally. This is like a man-to-man conversation I want to have with you right now.
No. I refuse.
Yeah, you're going to do it.
Where's Wes?
Why do you wave at people when they let you by, or like in traffic? Do you still do the?
I mean,
you still do the wave. Like,
I feel like
what are the conditions?
I feel like it's easier to get let in if you're waving at people and making eye contact with them.
No, I'm talking about somebody has moved out of the way for you, like on a.
You're talking about after it?
Yeah, like after you get through, as you're passing them, do you do the?
I don't know. I always do it on my neighborhood road.
Yeah. Because I notice people aren't doing it anymore, and it's starting to fucking piss me off.
Well, we do it. My neighbors do it. We do it on the neighborhood
What's wrong
road.
with people, dude? We're not waving anymore, man. That's the problem.
We're too busy looking on our phone telling us where to go.
Fuck. You're right, bro. It's all about those screens. It's like Captain Power. I was showing you before the show, remember?
Yeah, Captain Power.
Technology's taking over.
He gets in his power suit and takes it to the captain. I don't know. It was
At
a
least
weird
you
show.
tried.
It had weird graphics.
We're talking about Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. If you remember, it was a 1987 show.
I'm still not convinced it's a real show, dude.
I swear to God.
I think you did that yourself.
It's a live action show. I got all the actors. What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Oh, my headphones
I
fell.
was going to say it sounded like a stack of CDs just fell over.
It did sound like a much bigger crash than it was. Oh, God. It's GeekZip Podcast. Ryan Zip, Christian back in the Zip Cave here in good old Huntington, West Virginia.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I got some Lorcana today.
And you got your Taco Bell today, too.
Yeah,
that was important. We didn't
I was
have
happy
that
to get a
last time.
drink. I needed some drinkage.
So you were telling me about Minneapolis and about, like, you wouldn't want to live there. Right.
Oh, there's a lot of traffic. But just meant anyway. Like we had to drive through Chicago too to get there, and you know how that traffic is.
Oh yeah.
It's
You got to drive through Chicago to get to Minneapolis?
Not so much on the way to Minneapolis, but where we took a little detour along the top of Ohio, we kind of had to go right through it on the way home.
Made more sense to just cut straight and.
That's how that's where the phones took us, baby.
You go where the phones take you. Yeah, big city living is different, and it's not for everybody, I'll tell you, honestly.
They did have a nice, like, it looked like they had a good bike lanes and crap like that, though.
Bike lanes?
Yeah, and those like e-scooters and crap
Public
like
transportation is usually much better in a bigger city.
Yeah.
That's the one thing they got us on.
It's gotta be.
Public transit. I'd love to have a fucking train that went through Huntington and not have to drive.
I want the train to Columbus, dude. This bullet train to Columbus.
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. That's for sure. What have you been doing? What have you been watching? What have you been playing? What's up?
I hate this part. You always
Why do you hate
me.
this part?
Because I don't.
This is people want to know what we're doing.
I don't pay attention to what I'm doing that often.
But you got to, because now you're famous. You're a personality.
I was watching Three from Hell. I was watching Three from Hell, not The Devil's Rejects. I watched Three from Hell.
Had you not seen it before?
I'd seen it before,
Yeah.
but I was just.
I like that it has that
some of the
Robert Burke
Firefly
guy.
family.
I like that it has the Burke guy in it. Is that his name? Robert Burke? Whoever that guy is that was...
Break.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we
guy
saw him at the Horror
Con, yeah.
He's scary looking.
All right. I watched a lot this week, actually. I finished up Ahsoka, a great show, a
Started
great
John
ending.
Power Hour and the Captain Knights.
What?
Whatever that show you were talking about, that 80s power show.
What did you say?
I don't know, Power Hour and the Automatic Knights.
Oh, my God. That could not be further from what it's called. Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future.
There you go, Captain Power.
Power Hour. What's that new wrestling show?
The Power Hour with Captain
CM
Power.
Punk in the Power Hour. Oh shit, that's funny. No, I get nostalgic, so I like to watch the old shows. It's a terrible show.
The Power Hour of Pain, dude.
Yeah, it's not known for its cinematic worth. Let's
But
just say
you
that.
started watching this one new Netflix show, right?
I did, and it was incredible. Let's cut over to the news and get this going. OVW and Wrestlers. This is a docuseries that's on Netflix.
You watched the whole thing?
The whole thing.
I think it's like 7 or 8 episodes.
Binged it, yeah. I binged the shit out of it. I couldn't get enough because it's such and I mean, this is the press that it's getting online, is that it's such an incredible look at indie wrestling and how it really is. You know, I mean, OVW is one of those. They say that like in the show there are several moments, and I don't agree with everything in the show. I don't think it was all good. You know, I don't think, you know, spoilers ahead.
I watched the first like 3 episodes.
Did you? Okay. I mean, yeah, there's a couple parts that just, I didn't understand them putting it in. It made no sense. The guy having the seizure, who ends up downplaying it later.
What happens? Like, this is
He's
seizure.
sitting there,
Is he
so he's
freaking
sitting there
out?
talking to him. I mean, I don't want to do like an impression because I feel like I'm making fun of the guy. But I mean, he just literally starts having a seizure.
Was it like triggered by stress though? Or?
I think it was stress triggered because they were talking about what they were going to do for their big summer push, right? Like that was the meeting they were having, and I think, and I again, it's one of those. Of course, I had to watch it while I was working, and so I wasn't like focused on it entirely the whole time. But when I looked over because I heard him make this sound, you know,
Yeah.
and apparently it has something to do with narcolepsy. It's not so much. And yeah, he totally downplays it, but the guy clearly has, you know, an issue, which is terrible. So yeah, I thought, you know, and like you said, I know why they did it, to humanize him, because up to that point, he's a prick, right? And he's just like, he's clearly the villain of the show.
No.
I mean, up to that point. Oh
No.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's how they portray him, you know.
Well,
it.
he's the outsider. The wrestling people are like, we don't like outsiders.
That's a great point, though. And again, another great commentary on how it's so much like the real thing. It is the real thing, right? Anyway, what I was saying is, in several points in the show, they compare OVW to WWE and AEW. Like, that's the next step down. I don't know about that. I mean, I know that AEW has called up a couple guys for Dark and for a couple of those YouTube shows they do. So I think they're trying to start a relationship with Tony and AEW.
Well, I think they usually, when they say that they're like the third best, they usually like clarify American wrestling company.
Even then, I mean, I'm sure there are other companies on different parts of the country, you know,
Maybe.
that they have their own building, so they can do a show every week. That's the reason. That's the reason why you don't really have it here, is because you don't have a dedicated building where you can do a show that's lit the same, that has all the shit in it every week, and yada, 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 right?
I suppose.
So, but it is an incredible show. Al Snow, goddamn. I was so proud of Al. He did such a good job. He has got these incredible Alex Ross busts in his fucking office.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Sitting behind the Spider-Man and the Captain America and
Yeah.
the Hulk. Incredible. That's Alex Ross, my favorite artist. We discussed it when we interviewed Al. You can check that out at some of our past episodes. We interviewed Al and Chavo Guerrero Jr. Back in, March? Somewhere around there, April.
You know what? I was just realizing that Juventud and Chavo don't have the same last name. One's Guerrera and one's Guerrero.
Yeah. Good point.
I never realized that.
I didn't think they were related, did you?
Well, I just heard Guerrera or whatever and thought they were, but
You're not talking about Sammy Guevara.
no.
Okay. Who'd you say?
Juventud.
Who's that?
Juventud Guerrero.
Oh, Okay,
I thought he was one of the Guerreras.
I got it. Okay, gotcha. No.
No, you're right. Yes, no.
No, that's not correct. Again,
I was watching old WCW and they were talking about it, and I was like, oh, yeah.
this is a really, again, even, I would think even if you're not a wrestling fan,
If you like those other sports documentaries,
I mean, if you like
scenes.
documentaries in general, yeah, like a look behind the curtain. I mean, it's nothing like it is at WWE or AEW. I can tell you that fucking right now. But I mean, to see Al and what he goes through, it all culminates to the big match that he had in August of this year. That sold out Davis Arena in Louisville. I was thinking about going up there and checking out a live show, Christian. Is that something you'd want to do?
Maybe.
About 3 hours from here. But anyway, if you have not seen it, it was incredible. There are several wrestlers that I think are going to get fucking shine and really might go to the show. That fucking Indian Tiger guy, Shark.
He's a big dude.
Dude, and he can move, and I mean, he is dedicated as fuck.
But they say he starts crying when he has to lose the title.
But again, see, you're gonna make me cry because the episodes are so good.
Okay.
It's a lesson that Al is explaining. It's like you have to learn how to drop that belt. Mm-hmm. It's easy to get the belt. Learning how to drop it's the hard part, and that's what everybody at that fucking company loves about the company is Al. Mm-hmm. And the fact that Al knows because he is a fucking icon. I can't believe he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. But I watched OVW this week. I haven't watched it in months. And I watched it because of that show. I hope other people did too and continue to help them.
Did you see anybody from the show on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they were all in there. That Hollywood Haley J and I saw Ryan Howe. Cash Flow was on there. And I think he was main event. And that Pex guy that rode the fucking thing all over the place that was hysterical. I would love to see him in real life, perform in real life.
Yeah.
He seems like a really good heel.
They had the one guy that was on drugs and was going through.
I felt bad for him. But I mean, again, Al explains independent professional wrestlers, their mind states and their reality so well in this show. He's like, if they weren't here, they'd be homeless.
Yeah, I saw that part.
If they weren't here, they'd be in jail because they're one-of-a-kind breed. And that's absolutely true. I mean, I can tell you with me, it took, 2, 3, 4 shows before the boys even started fucking talking to me at 304. Mm-hmm. I mean, they do not like new people coming into the building. They just don't like it. It's almost like baseball. It's like it's jinx. It's like, oh, no, you can't do it because you'll jinx the whole thing and it'll fall apart.
Get the
but
bad
anyway,
juju.
Again, if you like documentaries, if you like docuseries, check out Wrestlers on Netflix right now, starring our good friend Al Snow. Shout out to our buddy Eric Watkins as well, out there helping Al promote it and just loving it as well. He's the one who brought to my attention.
It's a good show.
So good.
Very
so
entertaining. Good. And
all right, we also had The Man in the Sea.
we didn't have any RIPs this week.
We did not.
Either,
No,
so.
we didn't. Thank you. So that's good to know. We got the Aquaman trailer about, 2 months from its release?
December.
Jesus Christ. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It had a lot more of the brother than I was expecting.
Well,
but I guess that's what the film's about.
I don't know, because this whole situation is it's hard to weed out the bullshit from the facts. According to James Wan, the director, and he spoke with Variety, and that's why I have all these articles on Aquaman, because this was the first time he really talked about it, talked about the Amber Heard situation, talked about what kind of Aquaman Jason Momoa's would be in Aquaman 2. So,
how it's its own little thing that's not really.
Right. And I mean, I don't know. That's what everybody is afraid of. And somebody asked, it's funny, somebody from work asked me the other day, they said, are you excited about Aquaman? And I said, well, I'm nervous, because if they let James Wan do his thing, it's going to be fucking great. It's going to be really good. Just like the first one. It's going to be great. because they left him alone and they let him do his thing the way he wanted. He loves Aquaman. He's a huge Aquaman reader. He's a fan, right?
He likes these Seven Kingdoms.
However, if you invite the corporate element into it and start letting it get diluted, just like Blue Beetle, just like Black Adam, just like Flash, all that shit, then I think it'll tank, and that'll probably be the end of DC films for a while, at least until Superman Legacy. So, but, it looks like a good movie, but I got to see more. I love that Black Manta's in it. I hated that he was not in it enough in the first one, but I did like that they used Ocean Master, Orm.
He was almost more comic relief.
Almost, yeah. It's like, and I love that he has a bigger role in this. James Wan addressed the whole Amber Heard deal because everybody's wondering about that because they didn't really see her in the trailer. I did see her in the trailer briefly, but you really don't see her nearly as much as she was in the first one.
Do you know she dated Elon Musk?
Is dating.
Oh, it's dating.
Yeah, is dating Elon Musk. Yeah. So yes, I did, and I guess did he dress her up in some kind of cosplay recently?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like Fallout cosplay or some shit like that.
Overwatch.
Overwatch. That's what it was. Yeah. Fuck, I'm not even.
That's how I found out they were dating. I was like, what?
Yeah. But James Wan says in this Variety interview that it was always initially meant to be that way, that it was meant to be more of about Orm and Arthur than, the love story. That was from the first one.
Yeah.
And then he says,
he's like, what is this, Wonder Woman 84? We're doing the love story again?
Just bring back people that die. Just we can do it. Why not? He also confirmed that the Aquaman is inspired by the Silver Age Aquaman. This is the one that rode the dolphin. This is the one that was funny. This is the one that you might remember if you watched Batman the Brave and the Bold. Kind of that really eccentric kind of leader character. A lot like Momoa's played him, up to date. So, and then finally, this was disappointing.
He's still hesitant about leading, though, dude.
Well, and and he says that's eventually what the third one will be about. Of course, he didn't confirm or deny whether he would be doing the third one, but he said that was his vision, is that the third one would kind of bring together everything that he's learned from the last two.
Sure.
One disappointment in the sequel is that it will not include Willem Dafoe's character Vorko. What'd you say? Vorko?
Orko.
It's not
William Dafoe should play Orko in the new He-Man
Oh,
movie,
my God,
dude.
with his real voice unaltered.
And his real face.
Wearing the hat. Oh, God.
He was apparently busy doing other things, though.
He probably could. I mean,
well, I just meant the schedule for Aquaman. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
it.
I was like, he probably could play fucking Orko. He could play anything. It's Willem Dafoe. Jesus Christ.
He'd be a crazy little Orko.
The guy's got nothing to prove, so yeah, I don't. But I mean, I did enjoy his element in the first one, but I do kind of understand where. But I figured he'd make an appearance.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of part of that royal team at the end or whatever. But we'll just have to wait and see. And as I mentioned,
he's going to show up in the portal scene, dude, when everybody gets together.
Before they fight Thanos. Oh, I mean, whatever.
He goes on your left.
Nice. And I also mentioned that we don't know if Juan will direct Aquaman 3 again. I think it's going to depend on how
exactly.
how Aquaman 2 does, whether we'll even get a 3. Interesting article here, Christian. I'm going to open up some more headlines here before we talk about it, so bear with me a moment.
It's this Fable stuff. Apparently the guy who wrote it has been feuding with DC because he doesn't like the way they're treating his stuff, and so in the ultimate FU move, he's like, you know what? I'm giving it to everybody. It's public domain. Now you can't have it.
I'll pull an Einstein on you. Okay. That's just about right. Pretty
Bill
much the
Willingham.
Gist. Yes, that's his name. There is a series of comic, more like graphic novels called Fables, and this book brings to life all of the fabled characters from your childhood. Three Little Pigs and fucking Wolf and all that.
Kind of like that TV show did.
Which one?
I don't know. It was mentioned in the article.
Oh, I didn't read the article.
It's called Once Upon a Time or something. There was some show.
Oh, yes, it was called Once Upon. You're right. Yeah, it was a lot like that. And, Fables is an interesting read. It's not really a comic per se. It's more like a drama book
per se.
But yeah, I guess he's it's always been kind of in the background. I think there was major delays between issues, which could be the cause of what's going on now. I don't know.
It sounded like he was mad about that Telltales game. It sounded like maybe they took some liberties that he disagreed with or something.
And they did.
I know.
And they do. And, that was
and he talks about how, like, they're always supposed to check with him on things, and they'd always go, oh, we just never got around to it, or it slipped through the cracks, so we didn't get around to consulting you on this.
I mean, it's just rare you have a guy that has the balls, because that means he'll get nothing. I mean, that means no monies from now on.
Yeah.
No residuals, no fucking any of that. It's all free, and I don't even know how that's going to work with books and the comics that are in stores now. Are they just going to give them away? I don't know. Again, you just don't see this kind of balls in the comic book world anymore. Yeah, see, I knew it was a Vertigo series. I thought it was.
Yeah, so you were saying independent comics.
Yeah. I kept saying independent, but I was like, what independent?
It's not independent. It wasn't DC.
It was DC, right. Why am I thinking it was independent? Because it was Vertigo.
Which
might as well be independent. Hey, good for you, Bill. I hope, good for him standing up for his vision, and not wanting to compromise. And
it sounds like a cool concept, and I hope we get to see more.
It's a very interesting concept. Like I said, my ex-wife used to read some of those books, and I saw a few of them, and they had beautiful artwork and really interesting stories. Again, they weren't like really my cup of tea, but they weren't bad books. So you go, Bill.
Bad books.
Ahsoka has wrapped up with an 87% fresh score in Rotten Tomatoes.
We still have like 2 or 3 episodes to come out, right?
Do we?
I think so.
I think it's done.
If you scroll down, it has lists of more episodes, though. Look. See?
Oh, sweet. I thought it was done. Awesome. The 5th episode was incredible. Hayden Christensen did appear as Anakin.
It was like a flashback or something?
It was a flashback, but it was also like a flashback and a flashback and a lesson.
But he was like young. I mean, she was like young with him.
They looked like they were in Rebels.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I read
it's
all kinds of
headlines. It's not like they
headlines.
got Vader Anakin. It wasn't Vader Anakin.
No, it wasn't Vader. It wasn't like long-haired Anakin. It was Rebels Anakin, right? I mean, so it was like... But it looked like them from Rebels. That's what everybody was freaking out at because he had the fucking armor from
Clone
Rebels.
Wars and Rebels,
Yeah. So you're like, God, it would have been awesome if Obi-Wan would have showed up somehow. But anyway, it's a really great show. Again, I'm sure there's hate out there. I don't know what they're talking about and what they're saying, but it's a good show.
I sense the hate out there.
Yeah, I sense it.
I still need to watch. I've only watched that first couple of 3 episodes, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, this David Filoni guy, I mean, he clearly gets it and understands kind of what that people will accept and what they won't. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say the 5th episode is perfect. Spoiler alert, I don't like the whole whale shit. That's kind of a bit much. It's like we're in fucking Star Wars. I mean, you're telling me you don't have the technology, you have to follow the fucking whales? Come on.
The whales know.
Do you think they're going to find Ezra? Do you think Ezra's going to show up? I don't know. Well, you haven't even watched, so you don't know.
I think so. These people usually show up. We haven't seen a dead body yet.
I haven't seen Thrawn yet, but they're apparently they're on their way to the.
Aren't Ezra and Thrawn supposed to be together?
Yes.
Or are they separated?
I think they're supposed to be together, but I don't know if they're like together in the same area.
Then
but they might be on the same pilot.
The whales took them there somewhere.
Yeah, they went into the fucking whale's mouth, and the whales went to fucking hyperspace.
Did they make noises? Whale noises?
Yeah, they sound like whales. They look like whales. They have teeth like whales, as if they were going to get some kelp from the fucking sky.
Some krill.
Krill, whatever it's called. Krill or kelp or whatever.
Kelp is like seaweed, dude.
They eat that too, I'm sure.
They just eat everything. They're whales,
yeah,
dude.
like tiger sharks.
Fat whale. That's why they call you a fat whale, because you eat everything. Get a harpoon in you.
Jesus. I think it's illegal these days.
Not for some people.
Yeah, apparently not. The Nun 2 came out last weekend, and it absolutely blew away box office predictions with an $85 million global debut.
Even though that's not as much as the original one made.
True. But
it's better than they expected.
Again, it's the sequel to a horror film that a lot of people didn't think was going to do shit. The fact that it did anything, I think, is surprising everyone. Like I said, I like The Nun. I really do. Of all the Conjuring shit, I mean, Annabelle's okay.
People like that name, Valak.
I love the story is good. I mean, if you watch that first one, it's a really good story. And yes, that is a creepy ass fucking image of that chick as that nun chick who's suing the people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't she like trying to get more residual money or something?
Yeah, she's trying to get more money. Her name is Bonnie Aarons.
Her name is Valak.
Well, yeah. But Tassa Farmiga, I don't even know how to say her fucking name. The sister of Vera.
Tassa Farmiga. I don't know how to say her name right.
You sound like Forrest Gump now.
So I was going to sound like, what's his name? Potatoes?
Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah, there we go.
Sling Blade?
Sling Blade, some people calls it.
It ain't got no gas in it.
There's a lot more like this when you say things like that and you don't really know what you're talking about, but you say it.
Jesus Christ.
I like that sling Kaiser blade, but I calls it a sling blade.
What a great fucking movie. We don't need to practice, Randy.
Doesn't he throw somebody in a wheelchair like off the front porch?
No, he throws him into the front door to get out. He runs right into the door. Yeah. And then he tells him to get out of his face, you fucking buzzard.
Get out of my face, you buzzard.
Again, The Nun 2 is in theaters now. Check it out. I like The Nun. Nun 2 was good.
You need to go see it.
I need to go see a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it. Because you need to go see it. You need to tell me about it.
What,
Yeah, they didn't.
What's Nintendo Direct? What is that?
It's a YouTube show, a stream from Nintendo that tells you everything that's coming out and what's new.
Anything that you've heard of or rumored?
They announced that they're releasing a Switch version of the 1,000-Year-Old Door Paper Mario.
I did see that,
which
actually.
Was a GameCube game.
Yeah.
Making it for the Switch now.
Wasn't there a headline about Zelda too? Like they were not going to make a sequel to.
You remember Super Mario RPG from Super Nintendo? They're making a version of that for the Switch 2 remastered.
I do kind of remember that. Mario, yeah, Mario's having a great fucking year. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, there's a new Mario game coming out too. I think it's called Wonderland. I don't know.
Probably. They've always got one.
Maybe Wonder.
They've always got a fucking
Dude,
Mario
it looks
game.
like he turns into an elephant. Mario turns into an elephant in this game.
This apparently took place on September 14th, so we probably will be sharing what was shared from Nintendo Direct.
My brothers watched it, I think.
Well, why don't you have the fucking information then?
I told you some of it. I told you two things.
We are eagerly awaiting Stranger Things 5, Season 5, the final episode.
We're eagerly waiting for the strike to end.
Yeah, final season of the show.
Final countdown?
I'm finally about to fucking kill you.
Did you see Dan O'Brien came out to that music? Final countdown.
Oh, God. Did he really?
Yeah, dude, and it was awesome.
That's so lame.
Oh,
That's
you're lame. You're lame.
Just like that Cassidy guy comes out to Jane. That's an insult to the song.
You're lucky I didn't wear my Orange Cassidy shirt today, or else I'd orange.
It's on our graphic. Everybody sees it every week.
Good.
You're wearing the orange shirt in the graphic.
Yeah, baby.
Series head producer Sean Levy says that season 5 will be, quote, as big as any blockbuster movie.
Yeah. I thought last season was pretty big.
It was pretty epic, yeah. That Eddie scene was fucking epic. We're starting to see some marketing. We saw a teaser, little teaser GIF.
I think they had more from one of the Duffer boys.
Duffers were talking?
Later on there. Yeah, he said something about it.
Matt Duffer said last year that they even made several Netflix executives cry during the season pitch.
Yeah, dude, because they're saying people are going to die.
Yeah. It's going to be emotional, I have no doubt. I think that's why 4 was kind of darker. It was kind of getting everybody ready.
Could be.
For what's coming in, because they have to wrap everything up.
Yeah.
So,
so let's
season
get the
5
strike over and get this made.
As soon as the fucking strike ends, hopefully we'll get season 5, and that'll lead off into that spinoff show in the animated series.
We got another strike starting, dude. Did you hear about the United
I heard
Auto
about
Workers
the auto workers. Yeah, they're walked off. I don't blame them. They should always walk off. They always make shit.
Well, shit. Yeah, half of
so
us.
yeah,
we all need to be out.
We all need to be on the line. All right, let's get over to our strike news while we're on the subject. NBC Universal last week followed the lead of Warner Brothers and suspended several deals with known collaborators like Lorne Michaels' Broadway Video, Dwayne Johnson's $7, and others. This is in an effort to try to... It blows me away.
What, are they trying to tamp down on costs or something?
Well, yeah, so they don't have to pay them.
Sure, yeah.
And so that, but again, the amount, it just seems to me, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but it just seems to me like
it would make
the
more
amount
money.
of money they're losing at this point. What are you doing? What are you trying? What is your end game? Yeah, I know. It's fucking, it's because it's fucked up so much shit for us.
Hurt the workers, dude. We want AI
Yes,
to
the
write
workers, but also the viewers, the fans, the people that look forward to this shit, that work every day at shitty jobs, and all they want to do is come home and watch these fucking shows. And, it's always the fucking money.
And we're stuck going back to watching these stupid John Power and his Power Suit movies because they're on strike and they're not making new stuff. Jonathan Power. Captain Jonathan Power, actually.
They call me Captain Power. Yeah, just dumb shit. Oh, God. And then Beetlejuice 2 is 99% done.
Well, just release it.
I was going to say, yeah, whatever you're missing, I'm happily to look over it.
Just give us some little cards.
Give me something. Yeah.
A storyboard. We don't have to have a whole
Give me a
scene.
fucking trailer and I'll be happy.
Oh, there you go.
Tim Burton commented that following the SAG-AFTRA strike, they really pretty much have to polish it and it'll be done and ready to go. Burton said he enjoyed directing Beetlejuice 2. He tried to strip away everything, go back to basics. A lot of the same characters will repeat their appearances, so that's really cool,
I heard Jenna Ortega was dating Johnny Depp, dude.
That's weird.
But no, they both quashed those rumors. But I'm like, well, if there's a rumor, that's true.
Well, if I heard it on Facebook, it's got to be true.
It's on the internet, dude. And you know that Johnny Depp likes him young?
I do know that. You're right. Tony Todd is returning to the Final Destination franchise. Finally. I don't know what his name fucking is. It was just more... yeah, wasn't he like in the second one and then he wasn't in any of the other ones?
No, he was in
6 or
5.
Yeah, okay.
It mentions his name there. Bloodworth, dude. Bloodworth.
Okay, gotcha.
He had his own...
he was a mortician, right?
Yeah, he had his own whatever mortician place, funeral home. Bloodworth Funeral Homes.
He was like the wise old man that knew death's
that you
plan.
can't cheat death, man, and death is going to get you.
As they say, it's a final destination, Christian.
The final destination.
I love Tony Todd. Anything that adds Tony Todd gets 10 times better, in my opinion. So, power to him.
Yeah.
Final Destination 6. Let's see.
I definitely prefer my Final Destinations to be with Tony Todd.
I mean, I prefer any movie to be with Tony Todd.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know about that.
That's up to you.
I don't think he made Cats any better.
Was he in Cats?
I don't know. Was he? I didn't watch it.
I didn't either.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
I don't know where you're going with this. But
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a movie he would make worse, but I can't think of any.
You can't because it's impossible. He makes everything better. The Exorcist Believer director David Gordon Green came out and explained how Linda Blair is going to be involved in the upcoming release since Ellen Burstyn is returning to play her mother, Chris McNeil.
Or did he? Because he says this stuff about her being a consultant, but then they're like, but her appearance in the movie, she could still be in the movies, and they're just lying about this to not give it away.
Could be.
Yeah.
He said,
it's going to be a big surprise, dude. Reagan's going to be the demon hunter in the end, and she pops out with a flamethrower and says, "Die, you bitch."
That sounds like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I was trying to be like, isn't that what Ripley says?
Get away from her, you bitch.
Go. I was going to say, let her go. Get away from her. You alien queen.
You creature.
You disgusting black creature.
I think that's what it was on television. You creature.
You get away from her, you creature.
David Gordon Green told Total Film Magazine that Linda Blair came on board actually as an advisor.
Yeah.
Quote, she came to set because she was an advisor on the movie, because we're dealing with young people, and she wanted to make them, wanted to take them to the dangerous places safely, because she's been through this, right?
Oh, my gosh.
The original possessee.
She knows.
As a child.
She wants to be there to hold your hand while you go to the demon place.
Right. We, as you mentioned, that could just be smoke screen, and she could be like some Easter egg surprise or whatever.
Wouldn't that be something?
I would enjoy it. I was so happy to see this headline, Christian.
I heard it was going to be written by AI.
So, the H Collective, which is a independent film company that produced the film Brightburn. For those of you that don't know, that was the film about the young boy. It's pretty much Superman, but if Superman was an evil alien instead of a good alien.
So the
horror film.
The character named himself Brightburn?
Yes.
He's like, I want to be Brightburn.
Yep.
What's it mean? Does it mean
anything?
It
started out, he had this logo that he would draw at his places.
Yeah.
And then I think the public gave him the nickname of Brightburn.
Oh, okay.
But if you recall, at the end of Brightburn...
I never seen it.
At the end of Brightburn, there are news clips where they mention there are other villainous people with abilities. That's right.
That's what it said in this thing.
Yeah.
It talked about a Wonder Woman and an Aqua person.
Right. There was a sea person that sank a ship, and there was
someone with a whip or some rope.
And again, Brightburn is about this couple that lives on a farm in Kansas, just like Superman. They find this crashed alien craft with this infant child in it, and they go to raise it as his own. But as the child gets into puberty, he come to find out the alien race that sent him wasn't as peaceful as Jor-El and Kryptonians. Actually told him to take over the world because that's his purpose. And that's what happened, is he pretty much took over the fucking world.
Yeah, it sounds cool. I always wanted to see it.
It's a really great movie. The original is really great, but if you get a chance, watch the sequel when it comes out, because I'm sure it'll be just as good, and we'll keep you updated on what happens with the Brightburn sequel.
Uh-oh, we got Winnie
Look
the
at this
Pooh
thing, Christian.
From the Pooh guy.
Look at that shit. If you're watching our video feed, we got a picture of Tigger from the upcoming Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2. And no, not that Tigger. Not the one you're thinking of with the bounce.
I wish it looked
shit.
more feline instead of more canine.
I was going to say, it looks more bear than anything. It does look like a dog a little bit. Oh, God. I don't even know. Did you see...
No,
are you intrigued?
I've seen like the kill count.
You've seen clips and shit. Yeah. Okay, I might watch it just to see what the fuck. Just the same reason I tried to start watching Cocaine Bear.
Well, now he's got money though, so now who knows what he's gonna make with money.
What other was he going to make that was?
Oh, like a Bambi one.
Bambi, that was it. But Bambi started killing the fucking hunters. I guess it goes rabbit or something. Of course, this is all referring to the huge film Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey that came out and was just this massive hit. Wasn't supposed to be. It was kind of a joke. now it's got a sequel, and as Christian mentioned, it actually has money in the production. And we got our first image of the Tigger character, and he looks fucking scary.
Apparently, he couldn't be in the first one because he didn't come out into public domain until like this year.
Really?
2024 or something, yeah.
Is that real?
That's what it said in the story, and I think that's correct. I believe Tigger was like created later than the other ones.
Does Disney still own that? Didn't they own Winnie the Pooh?
They own some of it, but not. But you know, it's in like public domain. But
yeah,
but it's not like they can use like
the old shit's in public domain.
Yeah, it's not like they can use the Disney images or anything.
Right, that's why they don't look like Disney characters. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this to see what all the fuss is about because that Tigger looks pretty fucking crazy. I gotta be honest. That intrigues me a little bit more. And there's Pooh sitting on his fucking throne.
It looks like Texas Chainsaw.
It does. It reminds me a lot. I mean, even the images look really Texas Chainsaw Massacre-y.
He looks like Grandpa sitting there, dude.
I'm excited about this, Christian.
Yeah, this sounds cool, especially for those.
It's funny. After I read this article, I subscribed to Fangora.
The true crime. You know, people that like watching true crime.
Did you hear what I said?
You subscribed to Fangora.
Yeah, I subscribed to Fangora magazine after reading this article because I was so into this article, and I love their writing anyway. 6-episode limited series called John Carpenter's Suburban Screams is going to hit Peacock on Friday, October 13th.
And one of them's directed by him.
Well, I think they're all kind of consulted by him.
Well, I know, but I meant on one, the director.
Basically, like Christian said, the idea is that it's real crime, but done by these really amazing horror directors.
It's like when you watch the true crime and you're like, wouldn't this reenactment be better if it was done by Rob Zombie?
Yeah, for sure. That's a good point. God, that'd be great. Dateline, you know, with Rob Zombie doing the fucking
video packages.
Oh God, I'd watch that every week. I was happy to see this, Christian. Werewolf by Night is coming back to Disney Plus in October with special colorized presentation. We'll get to see Man-Thing in color.
We don't need new stuff. We'll just
we'll just make our old stuff colored,
or make our colored stuff black and white. Fuck these actors.
All right, let's open up some more headlines. Again, we're trying not to crash our graphics card.
Crash it. And
open up the rest of them.
We're going to crash it all, folks.
I don't think so. I think we'll make it.
Crashing through the window.
So, Werewolf by Night, yeah, you're right. Again, it's like they're doing everything they can with the strike, you know, to try to recycle content and stuff like that. But I like the idea that more people might be able to watch it.
Sure, I'd like to see it in color. I was just teasing.
I'll watch it in color, yeah. For sure.
I want to see Man-Thing in color.
Man-Thing will look great in color. That's my biggest excitement. But I loved the series, so I will definitely watch it again. It was a great one. And just in time for Halloween, too. So that's cool, too. PWI has released their top 500 list of the wrestlers of 2023. And we have the top 6 for you. We have them pictured here on the screen. We'll go through you for the podcast.
You can say number 5.
Okay. This surprised me. Number 1 and number 2. Who would you think would be number 1? I would think it would be Roman.
Orange Cassidy.
Touche, good sir. The Miz.
John Cena.
Oh, God. If John Cena was on here, I'd quit watching wrestling. Number 1 was Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, dude.
He's number 1 on the PWI Top 500 this year.
And he's not
Roman Reigns came in second.
He's not even part of the bloodline.
I mean, I think Seth has the ability to be more dramatic on the mic than Roman can. I mean, Roman's gotten way better.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's still not.
Seth is more dynamic.
Yeah. There you go. Now, I don't like the goofy fucking outfits and all that bullshit. I think that kind of... He's trying to be like fucking Shawn Michaels is what it is. You know, he's trying to be very eccentric and all that shit. And I'm not a big fan of that, but whatever. Number 3, Jon Moxley. So the Shield make up the top 3 of the PWI Top 500. That's incredible. Number 4 was longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in the WWE, Gunther. Number 5 was El Hijo del Vikingo.
Who is that?
I don't know. No idea who he is. No idea who he wrestles for, but he's number 5. I'm going to find out.
Yeah, dude.
And then MJF took the number 6 spot. Shocking to me. I figured he would be ranked higher than Gunther just because of, I guess he didn't do that much this year. I guess that might be why, because he was out for a while. But the complete list can be found at PWI's website. Again, you can check out the slide that we're looking at on our Facebook page.
PWI Pro Wrestling Insider?
Yes. Pro Wrestling Insider. Sticking on our wrestling news, we have found out that Jade Cargill's AEW contract is running out soon, and she is expected to sign with the WWE. I would.
Good for her.
Yeah. She doesn't fit at AEW. You know, she just doesn't fit.
Well, they gave her a good push and everything.
They gave her a massive push. No, I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve it. No, I'm saying, like, you know, with the female talent that they have at AEW, Jade Cargill just, I feel like I'd see better matches with her and Becky Lynch, her and Charlotte Flair, her and Asuka, her and, you know,
Bianca.
Yeah. You know, I feel like I'd see better matches because, again, Jade Cargill is just built like a fucking Greek statue. So, again, we'll keep you updated on what Jade decides to do after that contract runs out. Following the passing of Bray Wyatt, obviously, his former wife, JoJo Offerman, was very private about her feelings regarding her husband's late death.
She's a widow, not a former wife.
Widow, excuse me. Sorry. She did put a post on Instagram, and it is a lengthy post. Should I read the whole thing?
I don't know. They got how many kids? They got 4 or 5 kids?
I think 5. I'll read it. Well, no, I won't because there's a lot more. We do know that The Rock provided assistance.
Yeah, it said he bought their food. What the heck does that mean?
I mean, I assume that means he fucking went to the store each week for them and bought them groceries and delivered them to their house.
And he even made their food too, dude. He's
cooked it.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking,
exactly.
It's your dinner.
As we mentioned a couple weeks ago, WWE is also helping out JoJo and the family by donating 100% of the profits from Bray's merchandise to JoJo and the family. So that's definitely good to know. But JoJo trying to pick up the pieces after Bray's tragic and sudden passing from a heart attack just a few weeks ago. We mentioned this last week, Christian, and I think I even had it on the ticker during the live broadcast, but WWE has closed the deal with Endeavor and the UFC to form the new entity TKO.
I think they've already fired 100 people, too.
I think they're getting ready to fire more.
Well, yeah, the ones I'm talking about, they weren't like...
like back office people? Yeah. They're getting ready to attack the main roster, so we don't know who they're going to let go. I mean, I could throw out names. But I'm not going to out of respect. Did you see The Rock came back last night? Did you see that?
Yeah, was Cena there too? And
Cena was there. They hugged it out. Yeah, they hugged it. But he had a spot with Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Gave him the people's elbow.
And they were talking about how Austin Theory's been in a spot with him and Stone Cold and Vince and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They want that Austin Theory to get over, buddy.
Boy, they're pushing the shit out of him. I mean, and he is good. I mean, I'm not going to deny that he's not good. He's good on the mic. Not as good as The Rock.
Nah, he shouldn't be called Theory. That's just stupid.
Yeah, I don't like his name. And he needs a faction.
What's going on with Matt Riddle? What's up with him?
I don't know what's up with him.
Isn't he in trouble or something?
Is he in trouble again? I know he was in trouble before.
Well, like he posted something about like people at the airport giving him a hard time. And he like accused them of sexually harassing him or something.
They sexually harassed Matt Riddle?
That's what he said.
How the fuck do you do that? Grab a shit? Oh.
Honk, honk, honk. I don't know.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, he sounds like a messed up guy. Oh, we had another big return.
My girl, Nia.
Yeah.
Nia Jax returned during Raw.
Smashing that Rhea Ripley, dude.
She squashed the shit out of her.
Well, somebody needs to put Rhea in her place.
Well, I'm sure that was the plan the whole fucking time. Was they were like, Nia's coming back. We can have Rhea take on Nia.
Mm-hmm.
So she did return and again just squashed the shit out of Rhea Ripley, probably leading up to a title match, I'm sure. So that is something that I love Nia Jax. So I'm happy she's back.
Remember when she hurt her hole? And she was, my hole.
Yeah, my hole.
She was like, he's got the whole world.
Didn't we name our episode something like that?
I can't remember.
Something about a hole.
A hole.
Oh.
We got some more shots of the new Godzilla here.
I'm so excited. I love Toho Godzilla. He just looks better than the American one every
tough,
time.
Man. He looks mean.
Godzilla -1, the new film from Japan's Toho Film Company, released several new images of the creature, and he looks badass.
He looks like he's a no-selling machine, dude.
Dude, he ain't selling shit. He's got that fucking subway train in his mouth. Again, you can follow us on our live feed for the images. This looks more like concept to me, maybe.
Oh, dude, he's eating it like a Subway sandwich, but it's an actual Subway.
He's eating it like a damn Subway sandwich. Toasted.
Extra cheese. With some more mayonnaise on that shit. You got Godzilla asking you for more mayonnaise. Lather it up. Or else he's going to breathe his atomic breath on you. No, that's how he toasts the sub, dude, with his atomic breath. If Godzilla was working at a Subway.
Oh, my God. I can't. He is really going to town on that subway train. No, again, it just looks really great. I don't know why all these people are standing there watching him fucking blow up. I think I'd be running. They're just kind of standing there watching.
Well, like maybe he's on our side.
Maybe he'll go away. It hits theaters December 1st, 2023 for Western release. It'll hit Japan in November. Early November. And again, this is the follow-up to Shin Godzilla from 2016, directed by Takashi Yamazaki.
Is that what you said? Yamazaki.
Yeah. And I can't wait for it to come out. It's going to be great. One of the big toy companies in the world, Hasbro, is getting ready to do their Hasbro PulseCon 2023. This is pretty much their event where they say what's coming out in the world of their toys.
Which is Transformers, G.I. Joe, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, Barbie?
Keep going. No, Barbie's Mattel.
Okay. Some Star Wars, Marvel. Is that what it says too?
Yep, Marvel Legends, Star Wars, Power Rangers. They have a lot. A lot of licensing does Hasbro have, for sure.
I forgot they had Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. Of course, Transformers and G.I. Joe we know of, and they have the license for the Marvel Legends. That a lot of people have Marvel licenses, though. So the Star Wars Black Series and the Vintage Collection that you see in the stores, that's Hasbro as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks like there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Let's see. You can go through and see what they're doing. But for the Power Rangers, they were doing stuff for the Cosmic Fury series. Really cool case from G.I. Joe of the Crimson Strike team. You remember them? The twins and fucking Baroness. But yeah, we got some images of the stuff that's coming out. Detroit Steel. What was he in? I read him in a book, and I can't remember what it was. It might have been during Civil War. We got a new Black Series Force Unleashed figure that looks fucking awesome. If you remember the Force Unleashed video game. What was that character's name?
I don't know.
Remember his name?
Never played it.
I don't remember either.
It's a cool looking Transformer.
Transformers Legacy Evolution. Who is this? Is that Armada, maybe?
Inferno. Because he's red and yellow.
Oh, Hot Shot. It's Hot Shot.
There you go.
That's Armada right there, the little helicopter.
That little helicopter's Armada, that little guy.
Right, that little guy. So, we'll throw some images of anything we see come out of Hasbro PulseCon that looks cool. Finally, unfortunate news for Aerosmith fans.
I heard about this on the radio.
Aerosmith has had to postpone all tour dates after Steven Tyler has suffered, quote, bleeding vocal cords.
They told him he can't sing for 30 days.
I wonder how fucking hard you have to sing to make your vocal cords fucking bleed.
Well, dream on, baby, because it's coming. Janie's got a gun.
I've seen Aerosmith twice. They are one of the greatest bands to see live ever. I love seeing Aerosmith. All my best to Steven. He had a quote on
Was he just
Aerosmith's
coughing up
social
blood
media.
when he was singing for you guys, dude? Just bleeding his vocal
I don't
cords?
know. I mean, I mean, he pushes them. I don't think anybody could deny that.
Yeah.
He pushes the shit out of his vocal cords, but I didn't know they could bleed.
That's bad. I don't
that's
like
pretty
that
bad.
either.
He said, quote, I'm heartbroken to say that I've received strict doctor's orders not to sing for the next 30 days. I sustained vocal cord damage during Saturday's show that led to subsequent bleeding.
Yeah.
We'll need to postpone a few dates so that we can come back and give you the performance you deserve.
And if you disobey the doctor's orders, it can really mess you could have long-term damage.
And he is a singer,
So he better not mess that up.
he kind of needs to have his voice, right?
I heard that's what happened to the Dream Theater singer guy.
Really?
Yeah. People say that's why he's not as good as he used to be.
That makes sense.
All
right.
It's ever that good.
Let's get over to the events.
Event us up, buddy.
We're running a little light, but that's okay. We always run late.
I can make some events up. They just got canceled at the last minute. Always check before you show up.
All right. Coming up on September 23rd, we have Saliva and Drowning Pool, along with Adelita's Way and Any Given Sin playing at the Paramount Arts Center. Tickets are $35 to $55. Doors are at 7, show at 8.
That's another kind of weird one. I was like, Paramount?
I'm telling you, Paramount is just, I don't, whoever's booking their shows needs a raise.
I don't know if the Paramount's ready for the bodies to hit the floor.
I
dude.
mean, we'll see. We will certainly see. That is for sure. ACW Wrestling is also coming up on October 21st with the Barnyard Beatdown 3. This is a free admission show, and you can bring your own chair. It's happening in Winfield, West Virginia. It's about 30 minutes that way, Christian.
You can watch some wrestling on Netflix and then come on down and see some wrestling in person.
Boom. Meet and greet, 6 o'clock. Bell time is 7. This is at the Winfield Riding Club, 9254 West Virginia Route 34. Card is subject to change, and like I said, free admission. They are taking donations for the West Virginia Horse Network.
Horses. Think of the horses.
It's all about the horses, Christian.
I know.
Finally, Subasicon, West Virginia's anime, gaming, and cosplay convention, is returning to the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center in Charleston, West Virginia, October 6th through the 8th. Tickets are available now. You can head to subasicon.org. That's TSUBASACON.org. And Subasicon is really fun if you've never been. Lots of gaming, lots of Magic the Gathering, cosplay. It's a Comic-Con, but lean more toward anime. So
sure, that'll
be a lot of fun. Are you going to go to that, Christian?
I don't know. I've never been since it's been in Charleston.
Yeah, I used to go to it when it was in West Virginia, but since it's been in Charleston, I haven't been either.
You still got to spell out Potomatic.
Yes, I know. I was going to mention that. Thank you
After
so
you
much.
spelled out Suboxicon, I was like, oh, we got to spell out Potomatic.
That's why I got you here, man, to remind me of these things.
Podomatic.
PODOMATIC.com/GeekZip Podcast. That is the website where you can find past episodes, links to our social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Hey,
That's
I think
where you
AK
go.
left a comment the other day.
Did he? Cool.
He said he did.
I'll have to check it out. We are posting on our Facebook page all these news and announcements as we get them, so you can always follow us for that.
And we do a premiere at 11.
We do our premieres on Tuesday at 11 a.m. We worked out the kinks, so me and Christian are
I get
there.
in the chat box, and I make fun of Zip the whole
Yeah,
time.
the whole time. Make fun of me and what I say, so make sure you join us for that. That's youtube.com/GeekZip Podcast. You got anything else, man?
No, I'm good to be back. Good to be here in the Zip Cave and having fun with my homies.
Absolutely, man. I'm looking very excited to Halloween. I'm sure we'll get some more Halloween-themed stuff in the pipe for the next few episodes. But in the meantime, for Christian, for Ali Z, this is Ryan Zip. Have a good week.
Stay spooky, my friends.